Hey Tia.
Hi, Lydia. How are you?
Hey everybody. I'm well.
Hi. Happy Friday, Junior.
Yes, it's Friday, Junior. I know that's a lot of people's favorite day of the week because tomorrow is the last day of the work week. Most good jobs anyway. Now, if you're working at McDonald's, Burger King, Walmart, sorry for you. You probably got to go to work.
Sorry for you.
Hey, welcome to Humble Stewart. I'm Lydia.
And I'm Tia.
And we're coming on today with a semi-content creator, but a wonderful crafter. And she has a skill of making what, Tia?
Hats. She makes hats. She gives them away to charities. She's fantastic.
And we like to open up with a prayer, so here we go.
Dear Lord, we thank you for our talents and gifts. Help us strive to use them wisely for the benefits of our special community. Guide us to fulfill your plan for each of us. Give us the grace to be humble, respectful, and tolerant this day and all days of our lives.
Amen.
Amen.
All right. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and bring Rebekah up. She's going to teach us this craft of making the what?
A hat with a loom.
What are we doing? We're using a loom.
A loom.
A loom. So we're using welcome, Rebekah. Welcome. We are so excited. Thank you for being our first trainer to teach us
welcome.
Yes. Something we can use,
Yes.
So excited. Thank you for being our first trainer. Somebody is echoing, and that's me.
Yeah. Not me. Rebekah, do you have your phone on? Something's echoing in the background.
No, my phone is off.
Okay.
What about, do you have another tab open on YouTube?
Ronald, do you have your phone on?
Your phone on, something's echoing in the background.
Is that better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on. We got to talk.
Is that better?
We don't hear it. There it is.
Is that better?
Yes, ma'am.
Much better.
Dang.
Thank you.
Turn that phone off.
All right. So
my volume was too high on it.
All right. So give us a little information. We've been practicing.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Off.
Take your time, Rebekah.
Off. I'm trying to turn my phone off. There we go.
I usually put mine on Do Not Disturb.
If your loom has a hook like this, put the yarn starting there.
All right.
Yes.
And what size yarn are you using?
I'm using a 4.
I'm using a 4.
A 4.
Okay.
I'm having trouble. Hold on. Can you? Yeah. Is that okay?
I can hear you just fine.
Yeah, I was having a little bit of problems hearing you guys. But what you're going to do is where that hook is, you're going to make a little. Yeah. You're going to make a loop.
Mm-hmm.
Where that hook is, come on the inside and wrap it around.
Show me where the string should be.
And wrap it around.
It should be on the outside, but come inside to wrap it around the
so you're
first
you're going to come from the back side and you're just going to loop it around.
Okay.
No, on the inside. And just keep looping till you get to the end.
All right.
Inside. See, it's coming around the back side.
The back side. Got it.
I'm doing it here in the inside. Let me change the positions. I don't know, can everybody see? If Mona comes in the room, I got my comments on, so
Okay.
They call this an E stitch.
Because it kind of looks like a cursive E.
Yes. It's like an E stitch. So you want the stuff in the back side.
Because it kind of looks like a cursive E.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't get too tight.
And how do you hold your loom?
I just put it in my hand.
Okay. Whatever's more comfortable.
Whatever's comfortable for you.
Yes, ma'am. Whatever's more comfortable. And how long does it take you to from start to finish usually, like on this size baby?
On the baby, probably.
And how long does it take you to?
I'm getting feedback.
I'm hearing an echo as well.
Is that better?
I believe so. Yes.
Nope. Is that better?
Well, it's still giving feedback.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You just have StreamYard going? Do you just have StreamYard going?
Yes.
I wonder why it's doing it. Let me check the
Wait a minute here.
Because if you have
Is that better?
Testing.
Did that do better?
I
So
don't
far.
hear it.
Okay. I looked up there and seen two things on, so I shut those down.
Okay, that's great
Okay.
job.
Is that better?
Yes, it's much better.
So when you get to the end,
okay.
let me see, where is it? I've gotten to the end. You're going to take your thumb, loop it around, bring it back like this, and then loop it over and pull it.
One more time, Rebekah.
Okay,
so
let me show you that one more time.
When you get to the end, you loop it around.
So when you get to the end on the second row, let me see here. See the second row is already there? You're going to take your thumb and loop it. You're going to put your thumb up against that yarn. Let me see here.
Well, let me do my second.
Okay, so I still have to finish my second row.
Let me get my second row.
Okay.
I don't even have a second row. I would thought I was ready.
A little bit different on.
Not too tight, right?
Okay, now I got it.
Not too tight.
I think mine is for a child's head. This is a big infant.
Well, as you work this, it's going to go to the inside, and you're going to see when you make that band.
Gotcha.
It's going to get smaller.
Okay, because I'm like, wait a minute, what baby is this?
You're working to the inside, and it's coming down and out, basically.
Okay.
So what you end up doing is you wrap that loop around your thumb, and you hook it over, and then you pull it.
That's the loop that we stuck on the outside peg at the first.
That's the loop that holds that in place. See what that looks like?
Not really. So when you get to the last peg, because I'm almost there.
Yeah, me too.
When you're there, so you're gonna wrap your thumb underneath. Let me show you. Let me see if I can show you. You're gonna wrap your thumb around.
Let me put her center.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Let me do this. And where we at?
Okay, you see how I've wrapped that back, the loose string?
Yes.
See how I've wrapped it around my thumb?
That loose string.
See how I wrapped it around my thumb? The piece that's the loose that you've worked with, you hook that over and let me see here. Figure out how to do this. Okay. You're going to wrap that around. The one that is this right here.
Your slip knot. Your slip knot.
You're going to hook that over and kind of make a hook there. And that's what it should look like. Let me back up a little bit. See if
and
that
you
helps.
said that's the slip knot that we messed
Yeah,
with?
that's the thing that's going to hold this on so you don't have to, it doesn't unravel.
Okay.
So basically, however you want to wrap that around that peg here, we'll hold it there as you work the yarn over.
Gotcha.
So however you need to do that, just make sure that it's kind of where it's tight, that it's not going to come off there.
Okay.
Eventually, you will be removing this after 2 rows. This one that's back here that you started with will be taken off. The one that's right here, eventually that will come off. But you want to wait. You want to wait after you've done 2 rows.
Okay, Tia.
Yeah,
I've been
trying
to set it up so we're on the side and Rebekah is the main one, but it's not really working for me. So we can see exactly what she's doing. So here we are, and here's Rebekah, and she's large enough for us to see. But spotlight, layout, press shift 4. I don't know why. All right, so
you just got to swap me with Tia.
But I got to figure out how. Yeah, bless.
Ooh, bless you.
Bless you.
All right, so I got it right here, but I don't have the right person. Center. Solo layout, solo layout, solo layout is what it all says. Then it says edit name, edit mic.
I see that.
All right, so that's not it.
What if I drop and then come back in?
Okay, what if I drop?
Huh.
No.
Got some musical chairs going on here.
We got some musical chairs going on.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. This is gonna get it so we all are here and we can see her close because that other one is not close enough.
Okay.
All right.
Let me see if I can move myself up a little bit because that camera's kind of up high on a shelf. Okay. So this is how I usually end up doing this, and I do it pretty quick. Is I put my thumb in, I bring it over, and I pull, and I pull. That gives me that slip knot that's on that back side. Now, if you're left-handed, you don't have to start doing it this way. You can start and go this way around. Because I'm right-handed, I'm going this way. My sister always starts where she starts here and loops this way. She goes clockwise. I go counterclockwise.
So once you have your 2 rows, is that when you want to pick up your hook and start?
Your hook and start hooking over.
Okay.
Am I hooking both over one or one over one?
I go from top or from up at the top and down and then hook it over.
So do I have 3?
So I'm going this way instead of this way because you can pick up that other one and unhook it. So I go down. Let me see here.
Okay.
I go down and then over.
How many do you have on the hook right now?
Just 1. Let's see.
Oh, but did you have 3 or did you have 2?
I have 2.
2. Okay, got it. All right.
2 rows. And then you're going to go to a single.
All right.
On this one, we're going to do either 8 or 10 rows.
Okay. Oh, mine's too tight.
And of course, I'm going to probably be a whole lot faster. And you're just going to hook these all over. I'm using a very small baby yarn. So it's a 4. I think they call it sport.
I got mine too tight.
Yeah, that's it. If you got it too tight, take it out. That's why the practicing gets you better on this.
Yeah, I couldn't even get it over top. It was too tight.
Now I understand what I had to do. I had to shut out my other things completely, and all I see is what I'm doing here and can't see the chat. There's no chats on StreamYard at all.
You can hit comments.
Nothing.
You on your cell phone?
Because I believe it's
I turned it off.
Huh?
But it's fine. I'm gonna rewatch this when you guys get done. You know, this is gonna be so neat.
You on your cell phone?
No, I am on my brother's computer.
Cell phone? If you on a computer, you should be able to see comments.
I'm not seeing any comments at all. All I have is StreamYard up there. That's it.
Oh, it doesn't have there's 4 little boxes to the right. It don't have that.
Yeah, there's two boxes that says private chat
and comment.
And then it says comments, and all it's doing is buffering.
Well, there's nobody in the room at this moment.
Yeah, well,
there are no comments in the chat.
Well, it said we got 3 people here now.
One of them is me.
Yep.
Oh, but I don't think I'm.
I know there was some people that I told about this. MT Homestead, Mike and Terry. Told them that I'd be on this at 5:00, and I mean maybe he's busy feeding his animals or something, and
yeah, I gotta get them babies fed.
He could be listening in and joining in later. Most people are not, they just like to look just like me. I like to look.
Mm-hmm.
But at least there's replay that people will see this.
Uh-huh.
And I like your camera view now, Miss Rebekah. I like that camera
Thank you.
view.
I'm getting used to this, and
yeah, that camera view lets me see your hands, and I can see exactly.
Yeah, I'm just. It feels really strange in my hand of going to this small of yarn, but I didn't want to complicate things of having 2 yarns, and then you've got to make sure both yarns get over and things like that. I says, I'm just going to do a single.
We appreciate that.
Yes, because it's as you get used to doing this, you'll be able to do 2 yarns. You'll be able to do heavier yarns. And things like that.
So when you do 2 yarns, are you doing 2 worsted 4 weight?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I'm doing 2 baby yarns. Now there is times. Let me see here. You know this yarn. You see that kind of crinkled yarn?
Yes, I have seen that in the stores.
Yeah, this is. I'll put this with a. Like a 4, because this is a 6. I'll put a 4 with this to contrast it, like a white or something, just to lighten it up a little bit.
Sound like that'll be pretty.
And basically, I make hats out of this. Trying to think. Right now, let me show you one that I just made for somebody.
So Look at that finished one. Oh, that's beautiful. I like that.
How did you do that?
This was a white. Okay, I want to show you. This is a white that was put with this. Right now, I'm working on the scarf. I am knitting this one. And what it is,
I didn't know.
What it is a white. Is this white? And this hot baby.
That baby is hot.
That is hot.
That whole pattern
that is like neon colors. But you see what it did when I started putting the white in there? it kind of subdued it a little. It subdued it a little bit.
So,
not a lot.
Can you hold the hat up again?
What? Yeah, I'll hold the hat up again.
So when you did that, is that just a straight through pattern, or are you alternating, like what side the white is on?
That is one ball of yarn.
Okay, you're just going straight through, no alternating or anything.
No. This is a neon colored that basically has that black and those colors.
Welcome in, Roberta's
artistic
this is that yarn.
Thank
you see all those different colors in there. You see all those different colors? That's one ball of yarn.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm working on that scarf right now.
Rebekah, looks like you might have a visitor in the room.
Oh, I know her. Hi there.
Thank you for joining us today.
Yes, for sure.
We're learning.
Yeah, I'm teaching so other people in other areas can be blessed.
Yes.
Roberta, so is that your name? Can you tell us, are you a crafter or a homesteader? Like, what's your niche? What do you do?
Because you on a big adventure. I like that adventure.
Oh my gosh. This is
yes.
All right. When I get to the second row, what I do, wrap, then loop.
You're going to wrap it again, and you're just going to keep wrapping until you get to either 8. You make a decision if you're going to do 8 or 10. Because the first one is 6, 8, 10, 12. This is 10 or 12. So that very small one is 6 or 8 rows. The next one is 10 or 12 rows.
When I start my third row, I go all the way around first and then loop.
Yes.
I don't circle, loop, circle, loop, circle.
No, just wrap it around and then put it on that peg.
Oh, wrap it around, just put it on the peg.
So, Roberta wanted to know if the hat you showed had white in it too. And yes, she did like a neon ball and a white ball.
No. Oh, that other one did not have any white in it. All it had was black, neon, yellow, and all those other colors. I have a white ball that is separate.
Okay, so you had 2 different balls, one the multicolored and one white.
Correct.
And Roberta says she does both.
Wow.
I make cards, art journals, ATCs, jewelry, crochet, and other forms of arts and crafts. I had to get over to
I would love for you to come on and make a jewelry.
I'm now taking off that loop, and you pass it down under.
Okay.
And it just basically, let me see. There's
wait a minute. Hide.
See that?
Okay. No,
let me come over here. Let me see that loop is off there now.
Hold on, let me see.
See that loop is off there now. I did 2 rows, and I take that off. And it just hangs down until you get to getting your 8 or 12 rows. 10 or 12 rows.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'll show you what you do with that when you get to that area.
So, Roberta, I have another question. You said ATC. What does ATC stand for? You said, I don't currently have a homestead, but I live with my daughter and help her with gardening. So you're a gardener too.
Yes, that's beautiful.
Land with chicken, ducks, goats, pigs, and mini cows. I don't think I've ever seen a mini cow.
No, mini. A lot. She's saying mini cows. A lot of them.
It says a lot of cows.
I
am currently looking for land in Arkansas.
And what state? In Arkansas, my daughter just bought 15 acres in Arkansas. You can do it. And I think they got a good deal. Arkansas, it seems like so easy because if you don't pay your taxes or something, they they put it up, and people can buy it for a little of
and
nothing.
you can get it for pretty affordable.
Right. My daughter is creating a homestead in Arkansas. Her and another family, and they have they're creating this homestead, and it's 15 acres, 5 for farming, and 5 to live on each family.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
I know,
really
right? She wants me to put me like a little tiny home there, so I can have somewhere to stay. But I already been thinking I wanted an RV. Now I don't want no tiny home. I'm in trouble.
Is that too loud on my?
Okay, so it says ATCs are trading artist training cards. They are little works.
Yeah, make sure that you have each one over, because you only want 2 on there, not 3.
It's 3 up there now. What I got to do?
Oh my! I'm not sure.
Can I cheat?
You probably could. What I end up doing is, if there's 3, is I'll unwrap a little bit and come back and get to that one.
I'm getting behind. I don't have to unwrap 4 times. I'm gonna have a little gap in mine.
See?
Twist it around or something.
You want to make sure that you get each one over.
Okay. Well, that one where I had 3 at, I made it into 1. So it'll be a little off, but nobody will know but me and Jesus.
Let me show you what this.
Okay, so Roberta says I did say mini, as in small cow. A mini cow is a smaller cow breed to be smaller for those who don't want
full size cow.
Well, I got to go see
still
one
produces
of them.
milk in my storehouse.
Well,
there is a
I have to pull up. No.
There's a channel that you can go see some mini Herefords. And that is Arms Family Homestead.
Who Family Homestead?
Arms, like Arms Family Homestead. They have
looking at them. I'm looking at them right now. I probably wouldn't have thought they were cool.
Yeah, they still big. Ain't no such thing as me.
I mean, I watched Daniel Arms ride a mini Hereford bull, and the bull did not buck him off.
What's the benefits of having a mini cow?
They don't eat as much.
But
they don't eat as much.
I can't wait to go to North Carolina and ask my in-laws.
Nobody would know but me and Jesus.
I got 3 on the loop again over here. I don't know where all these threes are coming from.
Thank you for that, Roberta.
See what this looks like? It's just making a chain.
Yeah, I think I got 1. I think I got 4.
It looks thin, though. It looks like it's going to happen.
Yeah, it is, because I'm only doing 1 yarn. I made the decision to not complicate this, where I'm just doing 1 yarn.
So for the future, let's say I'm doing it and I live in Indiana. I want something to keep my head warm. It would be best to use 2.
Either a 6 weight or 2 4 weight.
Okay.
Or 2 4 weight.
Okay. So at least a 6 weight.
Make sure when you do that is, when you're buying that yarn, rub it against your face to see if it's soft.
If it's gonna feel soft.
What I will do is, some acrylics aren't soft. And what I end up doing is I will put a rough acrylic with a very soft yarn, and it will make it soft.
Mm.
So I
use my cheek to fill, because I do have acrylics that are not soft.
Mm-hmm.
So I end up putting them with a soft yarn.
Thank you for that tip.
Just use your arm, whatever, what's the softest part on you, to fill that yarn that you're going to be using. It's like this white yarn that I have that I'm using for this scarf and hat is a baby yarn. So it's going to be soft.
Roberta also says that she does 2 number 4 weights. So you could mix the colors.
Yes.
Well, I can't wait to finish this so I can do a mixed one as well.
How can I keep up with my count?
What I end up doing is when I get to the top is I'll pull that down and I'll do, if you're going to do like a 10, is you go 5, 4, 3, 2, where you have 2 there. So basically, if you're going to do 10, you're going to do 2 5s, where you're, see here how let me see here if I can get this. See, that'll be a 5. Those first 2 will be 5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh, I see.
So you're doubling it. So it will help you to know if you're doing a 10 row or a 12 row, is you're going to do double 6, double 5. That keeps you, as you're going down through here. There's one other thing that I would do that I used to do. I don't now because of how I end up counting, is when I first hook those first few over, I will push 5 down.
Okay.
And then the next time when I do the next one, I will push 5 and 5, which is 10, which tells me, hey, that's my first 2 rows. It kept me attract when I was doing hats that were 16 rows, where you had basically on that band for those larger ones is you do a 16. So I do an 8 and an 8 and then a 7, 7, 6, 6, as I'm going down through here, which definitely helps you keep track, because then you got that first 5, since we're doing a 10 on this. This is so neat. I love teaching people. There was a lady, her name is Laura Jost. She's the one that taught me how to do this.
Well, thank you, Laura.
Yes, for sure. We made these for humanitarian, sending baby hats to the hospitals and stuff, making these baby hats to go to the hospitals for the babies.
I was just thinking, I'm like, I don't know any babies. I don't have any babies. But
you can start making these hats and say, hey, I have a whole bunch of these hats. Do you want them for newborns?
Well, I just remember this man at my work, his wife just had a baby.
Yeah.
So I can give it to him for that little baby girl.
Yep. I'm going to count this and see where I'm at. 5, 4, 3.
Berta says it's easier to
I got 2 more to do.
Make a hat using a loom or hand plane. I think I love this. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, you're going to be surprised. I don't know if you watch Ormsby Farm.
I have. I feel like I've kind of fallen off on everyone lately. Work has been so busy.
Well, we that hat is for Casey and scarf, but you think of this, he's in Georgia, so he's not. That is the reason I went with a lighter weight.
Need something lightweight. Don't want to sweat him out.
No, I do not. So he's going to get a big surprise. He says I am okay with my masculinity. He says, whatever you send me, I will wear. I'm like, okay. But it's really nice. All I know is this is so relaxing for me. to make these hats. There's another lady at Billy Acres 3 that I made her a hat and scarf.
I'm still working on my blanket, and every night I get home, I work full-time job and get home, take care of the dogs, get my pajamas on, and I sit down and I start working on my blanket, doing a little bit at a time. It's so relaxing. I get tired almost immediately. And I'm like, no, I got to finish a couple more rows. But then it like really puts me, I'm ready for bed at that point.
I can understand that. This little, you see this thing?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a pretty rock.
It is.
On that dark shirt, it doesn't show up very well.
No, I can see it very well.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And 9. Roberta, make that. Where'd you get that from?
10. I usually, you froze up. I've almost got 10. I'm going to probably do a 12 row on this.
Any better?
I just wrap it around. What I do is I lay it in my hand this way so I can keep turning it. See how I'm doing that. And I use my finger as a guide to make sure that I get to the next peg.
I'm leaning mine up against the table. I'm using that to kind of support it.
Whatever
my hands get tired at the end of the day.
I mean, it's all about what's comfortable for you.
And
I just hold like this. I just put my fingers in there and hold it and move it around. Wow. It's been a long time coming to do this with you guys. And teaching.
We really appreciate having you on.
Yeah, not a problem at all. People look at me and go like, what? Yeah, a lot of people say, oh, don't tell your age. But I'm 60. I'm 60 years old. And everybody looks at me and go like, no, you're not. And I go, okay, if you don't believe me, don't believe me. Because I know how old I am. Hey there. I've got 10 rows done. See how that looks?
Thanks for joining us.
See what that looks like? It looks like a cobweb. But then,
yes, it does.
If you look at the front side, see how it gives that little stitching? Let's see here.
Yes.
There. See how that stitching is? Okay. That's what it looks like. Usually this would have 2 yarns because this is a very lightweight yarn. I would have 2 with this, but I figured, hey, no, I'm just going to do a single on this.
Nope, we appreciate it. And that way we can see it start to finish.
Yeah.
Let's see, I had to count. 1, 2.
We're at 39.
Okay, so I have 7.
7? Okay. I'm on number 11.
Okay.
We'll do number 11 because I'm going to do a 12 band. But you can do a 10 if you want to. And you of course, I'm a lot quicker because I've been doing this for a long time.
Gotcha.
I'm kind of surprised my brother isn't in here, but.
Do your brother know how to do it as well?
I was just going to ask that.
He has epilepsy. And he shakes a lot sometimes, and things like that. How he contributes to this is that he makes more than I do, so he buys the yarn. Sometimes we'll go to the Salvation Army, and a lady that's we have 2 of them here, and one place will charge $1 for a skein, and she'll charge me as much as I can put in a bag for $10.
Wow.
You know, so they get it out of there. And it gives me a lot of different yarns to be able to do these. See how that's really open there?
I went to the Salvation Army and they had a bag full of knitting hooks, all different sizes, even some of the big ones. And that bag was only $5. I thought, I wish I knew how to knit. Knitting.
I don't use the rounded looms. I use the long ones. That's what I'm used to.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like knitting would be easy as well. Now that we know how to do these, because they call this knitting.
Yes, it is. Because if you look at, if I were to bring back up that scarf that I'm making, this E-stitch looks exactly like what you're doing in knitting.
Yes.
It's just loom knitting. I do not know how.
So it would be easy to get the hang of it.
You could even, if you think about this size, you can make a scarf out of this. You know, it's just making it long enough and then sewing up that end, you know, where you basically tie that end together. You can make a scarf out of this.
I saw people making everything with this thing.
Yes. You know, so a scarf could be made out of this baby yarn where you just bring this together. And you could put tassels on it or anything like that. I'm going to have to wait till you guys, because I've got number 12 row done. And I've got to show. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that camera down so you're not going to see me, but you're going to see how I'm hooking this on to making the band. And I knew that I was eventually going to have to do that so that you could see how I end up putting that loop that needs to be put on the inside of the band. So it's hidden. So I'm going to point that camera down pretty far and I'm going to push the keyboard back so I can show you how to do that. Because that's
no problem.
It's a very critical section to this.
Okay.
So let me know when you get to either 10 or 12.
And how are y'all?
I'm going to make sure that I have.
How are you counting the?
I'm counting from, let me see here. I'm counting from the top.
Lay down.
I'm counting from the top. You come back like 2 from the peg.
Hold on.
And I'm counting, let me see. Okay, there we go. You're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I do have 12 there.
So you basically just counted the holes.
Yes, you're counting these spaces. You're counting these spaces here. You're counting those spaces there.
That was a good question, Lydia.
Yeah, that was very good. You know, so I'm going to sit this down here and I'm going to bring that camera down. How's that?
That's awesome.
Is that awesome?
Yes.
Can you see that? Okay.
Yes.
You see where you got that first yarn? What I end up doing is I unloop that because that's a very tight loop to there. I unloop it and I come back a little further and I make another loop. This loop is just going to be laid inside. So can you see where that little cross is there? You're going to take on either side of where that loop is, where you push it in, and you're going to put it on those first 2 pegs. And then you're going to pull that yarn. There we go. That yarn, this yarn here, let me bring it back down.
So that was the tail.
That yarn that is there is you're going to pull it down and you're going to sit it inside that hat in that band.
Got it.
Now I'm going to wait for you ladies when you get to that part, because what I have to show you is, you see this stitch that's back here that's laying back this way, you don't want this one. You want the one that's laying back. That is your first, literally your first row. And you're going to hook that back over. See how this row, there's one that's laying back. Can you see that? You can see that. That's the one you're going to hook over. That is what's so critical about this is when you're doing this is that back row. There was one time that I clipped this one and it was the wrong one. And then you had that stitch that was on the inside of the hat. So you want the one that's back because that's your very first row that you're going to be putting over to make your band. And you see what it's done is it rolled it. See how it's flattened it out now?
And if you're still in the room, hello.
Okay, I'm just going to hook that next one. See how it's making it flat?
Oh, my name is Lydia.
Lydia. Yeah.
And the other young lady name is Tia. And together we're, go ahead, Tia. We got to be unison. Humble stewards.
Humble stewards crafting.
You see how this is getting flat now? Instead of rolled back like this, how that's rolled back?
Now I gotta put you center. You started the next step?
Yes. I'm gonna stop there. See how see how you've got these two is you're gonna pick up these first two where you're gonna hook that yarn that was over here. That was over here. You're gonna put that inside the band.
Right, I understand that part. But to make the other part is what I don't.
So let me see here. I've got to move that out of the way. Move this back. Okay, you see how this is rolled back here? There's a yarn that's way back here that you're going to hook over that peg. Can you see that now? See where this yarn is hanging back here?
And is that the last row?
That was the very first row. The one that's back here
the very first. That's what I mean.
That's your very first row.
But it tucks itself under.
You're gonna put that one that's laying back here. You're gonna hook into it, and then you're gonna put it over the top and push it down.
And then you're gonna probably loop it again. Start your looping.
You're gonna loop from the bottom to the top again, and that's gonna make your band. See how that's laying this flat now? Now I'm gonna purposely make a mistake. And I'm gonna hook this one over and see how this little loop stays back here? That tells me I picked up the wrong one.
Yes.
So then you take that back off. You take that one back off. So you want to make sure you get the one that's laying back here over that peg. You know, the one that's laying back here. The one that's not this one. See how that one is already close to there? You don't want that one. You want the one that's at the back side to bring it over it. See how it's flattened out that?
Yes.
Let's see. See how it's flattened this out? And when you look back here, it's all crumpled up.
I see it.
So what I end up doing is I can use my hand, but today I'm using my hook to show you that this one that's back here needs to be put over here. Because I already know is I can put this in my hand and do this and grab it and just hook these over because I've been doing this so long that I can end up doing that. But today I'm showing that you got to make sure you get this one that's laying back here and you hook it.
Thank you, Anne, for dropping Roberta's link. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Anne.
See how this is kind of laying back now a little bit? Let me see here. There we go. See how it's making that nice little band?
Yes.
So you want to catch that one that's laying back towards you to hook it over.
Towards.
Now, are bands required? What if you can do a hat without a band?
You don't have to do a band. I'm trying to think what this size would be without a band. If you total, you want to have it this one as a 20. So you would want to do at least 20 plus 8. 10. You would probably do 32 rows. But 32. Then with that 32, probably 31, 32, something like that. So if you didn't want to have the band, you could end up doing like, this one you do a 10 or 12. So you would want to at least have it, I should have talked to Laura and found out. I think what you end up doing is on the preemie, you do 29. So this one would probably be 32, maybe.
Okay, 32.
You still want it long enough because with a baby, their head's cone shape, of course, or if they're born by C-section, it's a little bit different. But you want it to definitely be long enough where the parents could roll it up. And then what you would have to end up
optional.
Yes, correct.
Gotcha.
So I'm almost done to the end here. I got them all done. See how it lays? It lays really flat and nice.
And it looks thick too.
Yes.
It looks layered.
Yes. But
I tried to make a hat. I didn't know how to close it up. I closed it up.
Well, that's one thing that with this you will find out how to close up the hats, and then you're gonna, because of where this is now, that bottom one is gonna come over the one you just put on there, and basically that's how the band is made.
Because you have two up there. You have two loops right now.
I have two loops right now, so I'm taking the bottom one over the top one. But that was the very first row that you just put on, when you started this.
How many rows you got, Tia? I'm going to put us up.
Oh, it's going to be so cute. I believe 10.
You got 10? Let me see how many I got. Wait a minute. I got you a box in here.
Can't really.
Okay, we got a troll in the house. Welcome, troll. Dropping them nasty links.
I think I know why I'm not getting comments. I'm gonna turn my phone on and
welcome, MP Homestead. Welcome to the room.
Yeah, you can turn on your phone. Just put it on mute.
Put it on mute. Okay.
And then you can see the comments. But
because on this one it's not giving me nothing.
Oh yeah, you said it was buffering, right?
Well, I figured out why on my computer. Why it was doing that, because I had two links open. So I closed them.
Okay.
So maybe I might be fine. I'm going to see if I am.
Well, go ahead. You got time so you can communicate with the chat.
Yeah, so I can communicate. There it comes on. And I got my
I'm surprised you don't have a case on that phone.
I have to put it in that. I'll have to show you. But I have it, let me see here. I have a thing here that when with my, let's see here. Let's see. Don't have feedback, please.
All you got to do is put it on mute.
I will. Okay. See this? This is what I put my phone in. And the last one I had, it busted because I had a case on it.
What is that? Tripod.
Tripod, yes.
Oh, yeah. So when you're using your tripod, because you don't use it all the time, just take it off and on. That's what I do. I don't leave it. I mean, if I have to take my case off. Oh, man.
Okay, it is on mute.
So how do you keep it? How do you keep it from unraveling from that first row? You got to hold it with your thumb or hold it with your other finger?
Let me see.
Cause mine's keep I'm like I'm supposed to be looped to the peg, but I keep
you wrap around all the way to the end of the peg.
Right, but but I let it go. Do I keep holding?
Yeah, you've got to hook it around that peg.
Oh, I gotta hook it around the peg.
Yes, because then that holds it there. Then you can do your work, and then you take it back off to re-loop.
So loop it around the peg.
Yeah, that peg there. Yes.
Got it. Because I was letting it go, and maybe that's how I keep messing up too. I think Tia has finished her 10 rows. I'm gonna count my rows in a second. Can you see the chat now?
I'm
working on it.
I'm getting it.
All right. So Miss Roberta came in.
Okay.
Someone
there we are. And that's really small, but
horrible headache. You have to put a cold compress over your eyes. If you have a horrible headache, put a compress over your eyes, and baby, it's probably your blood pressure if it's that bad.
Okay, there we are. See, I got the band. That's a 12. So what I'm doing now is just hooking that bottom one over, and that's how the band's made.
2, 3, 4, 5.
It's just
7.
now I see my mouth move over there. I'm not going to look at my camera, my phone. It's sitting over on my tripod.
Mm-hmm.
But at least I now can see people in here. So then that's your band. See, I've already got my band. And then you're just going to do 20 rows.
20?
20.
How you doing so fast?
Because I've been doing this for such a long time. So I've got 12 rows, and that made the band. That's going to make that's going to make this crease that you see on this one. See that crease?
You got 12 and you're talking, and I ain't saying hardly nothing. Yeah. And I'm on my 8th row.
Thank you, MT. We appreciate that.
I'm gonna figure out somewhere I can sit my phone so I can see the chat.
Well, you'll be able to do it because you work the room. You work the chat.
There it is.
So it's just, when you get, like I was showing you.
Chat, let us catch up on the Loom.
Yeah, you get caught up, and I can chat with these people. And
MT Homestead was saying she had a bad headache.
I know.
Yes,
thank you for sub. You have a homestead. I just started my homestead. I have 15 new chicks. Where's my camera? I ain't even on my face.
I was just gonna say, Leah, cameras are off a little bit.
Go the other way. You got it, girl. You got it, girl. Oh,
I stopped looming. I'm checking in with my mister. The snow is coming down pretty hard out there, and he's still a couple hours away.
You got snow?
We getting snow right now. It started about 5:30.
I had about 75 degrees here today.
I'm so mad at you. It is 20 degrees.
I mean, where are you, Lydia?
I'm in Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay, I understand why you.
Close to the south.
Yes, you are. We're in
Lydia,
I'm in the middle of the country. But yeah, we're getting.
Turn this light off.
Some ice. We got some ice. She just turned her shades off. She going out.
You see?
Showing her.
I see us.
You see? Oh, you see the reflection. We getting snow right now.
Oh, you're like, I see us. I don't see nobody else but us. You were trying to show me the snow.
Can you see?
So what I'm
Whoa.
Oh yeah, I can see the snow. I can see the snow. Oh yeah.
Whoa. That's a lot.
That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. That's we just getting started.
That's a lot. I don't even want to walk on that. So hold on. Are you on vacation now?
No, I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Never mind.
I wish. You seem like I've been on vacation every time it snows.
This is what I was talking about. Is this will be number 10. So I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's my first 10 that I'll push down. And I know that I've got 20 rows to do, so I'll do a 10. You know, pushing these down tells me that's my first 10. And then when I do the next 10 is I'll do the 10 and then I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I'll push one down. I will push one down because that tells me that is number 20, you know, so I'm going to be counting down 10, 9, 8 until I get to 20 rows. Because this is a 20 row. The other smaller one is 15. So
when you say you push it down, I thought we already have one.
See, this is when I'm making the hat.
Correct.
See, these are pushed down to 10. Okay. See, I've already made my band and I'm starting my hat now.
I'm just reading the chat, working the room. Roberta says it's freezing rain, 32 degrees. Be careful. That freezing rain weighs down the trees, weighs down the power cords.
Yep.
Be careful, and prayers for safety for all of you.
So nobody has no power.
Yes.
So if you
Lydia Carey says, that is awesome. I am definitely the crazy chicken lady. So you need to check her out.
Yes, she is. That's Terry.
Oh my goodness. My chicks was acting like they were too hot to me. They wasn't doing that, but they just will not stay up under the light anymore. They
were avoiding the light. So we have Mona in the room. Thank you, Mona, for joining us.
Jane Doe. Welcome, Jane Doe. You don't found me on the other channel, girl.
Hi, Jane Doe.
Making hats. We appreciate you, Mona. I could not find your email.
I sure appreciate all these people being here.
Mona says she's out running errands, but Mona, we could definitely do this again and have you up.
Oh yeah, I mean, and I also could teach you guys how to crochet and knit, you know, on these longer knitting needles, you know, and it's all about teaching. That's
absolutely what it's all about.
Yes, because Roberta says she makes jewelry. All we have to do is purchase what we need to make, and
that's right. Wink, wink,
wink, wink.
Yeah. There's another lady that does fusing glass together.
Wow.
And I can't remember the whole channel's name. But she had made a mistake. And in glass fusing, there is never a mistake. You can always use that glass in another way. And when I was on her fused glass thing, she showed her mistakes. And they were absolutely beautiful. That she basically cut them off and made these little necklaces that she can sell. And I thought, wow, that was so cool. You know, I'm learning some things that I thought I'd never learn.
So my gifts, I want to be what I'm learning. I want to be able to gift everything. I don't want to buy gifts anymore. I want to create them like you did for Christmas, Tia. Mm-hmm. If I'm giving out a wine set. I want to know how to put your initials on it. You know, you can pay what? How much you pay for that set, that wine and
all together? I paid $24 for.
And if you would have bought something like that already done, factory made, it would have cost $50-some.
Yep.
That product that you bought that makes that, and you got to get me up here and do that too. That we have many crafts that we're doing already, and we could go back and forth and master everything. You know, those wine glasses you were making with the initials, those were beautiful, and I would love to learn how to make that. So, but this
got it. I've always enjoyed making handmade gifts, even if, like, before I started crafting, it was just, you know, going down to the pantry and giving somebody, you know, my canned goods, vegetable soup and jellies and apple butter. They love that so much. And Roberta says homemade, handmade gifts mean so much more and show the person how much you really care for them. And that's true.
Yeah, and that's what that's why I want to master it. I'm hurting my little wrist right here, but I was using a.
That's why I had to put mine on the table. Mine was hurting too. But I type all day and I have carpal tunnel.
The thing about this is, I don't know how I'm going to show you this, but I have my wrist, my left wrist. I broke my wrist.
Whoa.
I broke the radius on my left wrist. I don't know how I can show you, but there's a scar on my left side here. I fell on my mother's driveway where I'm living right now. And at an angle, I broke that bone. They had to plate it. They literally had to plate my wrist.
I believe it.
You know, let's see if I can show. Can you see that scar?
How old were you?
See that scar there?
How old were you?
Trying to think. That was 2013.
Oh my goodness, that won't even look. That was,
you know, so this weather with my left wrist, if I were to go outside, I wear a neoprene glove that has fingers out of it that keeps that wrist warm, because that plate in there, when it gets cold, it hurts.
Oh yeah, I worked at an orthopedics office, largest orthopedics office in the region, and this weather, so many slips and falls. Be careful. That's why I just text my husband, be careful. Do not take anything for granted. Take your time.
There's these things called yak tracks that you can put on your shoes that have wire wrapped around a rubber.
Oh yeah. Yep, he's got those
things,
on his.
Things are so nice.
He has those on because he's got to wear the big steel toe. He's a trucker, but he also transport nitrogen and stuff. So he's got to wear all the equipment, but he has those to put on his boots.
So important. You know,
thank you, Ann. Drive safe. Ann says she has to run. We really appreciate you stopping by and for dropping everybody's link.
I'm so glad.
I'll be right back.
Everybody's like, wow. You know, it's like when I was showing you on those blankets, you know, how to keep your edges straight. You know, it's about teaching people. And I never knew that. I just did it. You know, nobody ever taught me that this is the way you knit. Or crochet. Nobody taught me that. I just was like, as I was working this, I'm like, how do I keep that edge straight? You take your needle back out, your crochet hook back out.
I do that.
Yeah, and it stays straight.
So Roberta says, yes, Tia, gifting canned goods is the absolute best. Not only a handmade item, but nutritious. That's right. That's right. Roberta wants to know if it was a compound fracture.
It did not come out of the skin.
Ew.
Okay. So it was closed.
It was closed. And it was 3 millimeters separate. The bone had moved 3 millimeters. And it was not straight across, it was angled. So
I have had double carpal tunnel surgery. So every once in a while my wrists get tired and I just drop whatever I'm doing and take a break and then pick it back up.
Man, my boys are being noisy. They're eating. I have some very big dogs.
Well, since I've met you, I have 2 new puppies.
Oh, I don't.
Your puppies will get big.
My puppy. I try to get adult dogs so that I don't have to housebreak, because that is such a tough thing to do.
Yeah, they had a couple of accidents like they first 2 days. Now, other than that, as soon as they come out of Naya's room, they run straight to the door and go.
That's good.
That's good.
I feel like when I got my dogs, oh man, they were older dogs, so I never had any trouble with them. I never had puppies until Kodak, and I'm gonna tell you that little dog peed everywhere.
Yeah, you got to watch them.
The thing that I ended up doing when I don't restrict very much, but at this time of night, when it gets close to 8 o'clock, my dog's waters are taken away. 7, 8 o'clock. It's taken away. They don't need to be drinking after 7. They don't.
Yeah. Yep.
That's smart.
So then you're not having to, and the last time they go out is at 10. So they get their business done and
yeah, my dogs go out. No. 9 o'clock they go out for the last time, but I get up really early in the morning to go to work. Except for on the weekends, sometimes I'm like.
That definitely tells you I've got good hearing, doesn't it?
Yeah, I have chicks right here in the room with me.
Those girls.
Those the BBB girls, because they are something else. Y'all read the chat.
Those the girls.
I heard you. Those the girls.
I bet everybody's just loving me, watching me make these hats. And when I'm taking it back, is I go back the back way because I'm looking to see.
Roberta says I have carpal tunnel 2 from shoulders to wrist.
When I take.
What was that? What's going on?
Okay.
I see.
So Roberta says I've had carpal tunnel 2 from shoulders to wrist. They will things. Yes. No surgery for me though. We have a new person in the room. Connor's Curiosity. Welcome. Appreciate you.
Curiosity killed the cat. I love it. I loved it. I love curiosity. Because that's how we got into what we're into. We were curious how you do it. I want to do that.
I want to do that.
Everything.
See how the hat is coming together?
Yeah, you got that right.
But look at me.
You're doing okay. You're doing good. You'll get used to this and.
Yes.
And don't feel bad if you have to take it back out.
I like that color, Lydia.
I don't want to take it back out.
I understand.
Look at Tia. Tia got a fancy hook.
What I ended up getting was this hook. Yeah, I showed her the doubles because you can learn how to get in 2 hooks and pass both. This is the one I got. See how thick that one is? The one that comes in the packages is much thinner. And because I've got such large hands, I break those thin ones. So I ended up buying this one that's thicker.
That's good.
So
Connor's Curiosity says, I don't know what y'all are doing. I'm just curious. Miss Rebekah is showing us how to do hats on a loom. Is your first name Connor? What can we call you? What do you prefer we call you? Thank you, Ann. We really appreciate you dropping everybody's link.
See the hook that comes in those looms is not as thick as this one.
Mm-hmm.
So I end up buying, I think this came from, was this Michael's, Ronald? Mm-hmm. This one was from Michael's. I know Michael's not going to pay us, but yeah, it was Michael's where I got these, or either that or Hobby Lobby. Buying the heavier hooks, because the ones that come in that bag are thin and I break them.
Yeah, I do think this is thin.
Yes.
I think I got 12.
See how
well,
that
at least
has come?
Yours came with hooks. My first one did not.
So basically what you're doing is you're looping it around all the way to that peg, to that last one, and hooking it. So you're not having to hold on to it and make sure that it stays there. That's what that hook's for.
Why can't you do a few, loop a few, do a few, loop a few?
Because you could miss one. That's why I go around each one, because there's been times that as I'm working this that I didn't loop one because of that purple loom is a lot tighter. And if you hook over one that doesn't have this, you're going to strop a stitch. That's why I go all the way around and go back to that peg and hook it off so it doesn't come unraveled.
Got it.
And I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to master the one where you're doing the ribs. Where you don't do a band, where you have 3 purl, 3 knit, 3 purl, 3 knit. I haven't mastered it yet. It is not easy to do a ribbed hat. And I want to learn how to do that.
So I was
watching a YouTube video that someone did a ribbed hat, and their channel hasn't put anything on for 9 years.
Oh, wow.
It was 9 years ago that one was put up.
Now, is that when, I don't know, I'm making this up, but is that when, like, could I take, like, this stitch and put it on the next one over or something?
That's when you're taking it off.
Okay.
Because what you're going to end up doing is when I get to the end of this one, I'm going to wait till you guys get to where you're up with me.
Well, it might be a while.
Yeah, it could be a while because we're only at 2 hours and 18 minutes.
You might want to sit you to the side while you finish.
Oh, I will. And I'm just going to talk to the people in the chat. But thank you for coming, and
thank you guys. Thank
Lydia
you.
Jane says she loves the color of yours too.
Thank you.
This is a male. This is a baby yarn. It's got green and blue and white.
Jane Doe, I remember you told me you crochet when I was first introducing my that I learned this skill. What have you made recently? Have you made anything?
The two people, Mennonite Farmhouse, she got a scarf and hat, and the scarf was crocheted. The hat was knitted on a round loom. And also Fugate Farm, he got a hat and scarf. And then I have Billy Acres 3 that I just finished her hat and scarf. And now I'm working on the scarf for Ormsby Farm or Casey.
What colors do you choose for men?
The men pick what color they want. That's why I always ask, in what color they want. And there's one little secret that people don't know, but they're now going to know, is I look at the clothes they wear. And
the colors.
I choose the colors. They choose it. I ask them, what color hat do you want? And like They have big mat.
It is, but
he wanted a camel one. Well, what I ended up doing with his camel one is I did a camel and black together. And he's now today on another channel that I was watching live. Oh, I love that color.
It's not soft.
Live today, Matt came in wearing his hat. I basically asked all 4 of those men that were up on the panel with Scott, Rambling with the Brooms, to put their hats on because I wanted to take a screenshot of all of them. Well, I got the guy on MT Homestead and Big Matt. Those 2 had their hats on. The other 2 didn't because Scott had his out in the truck, and he says, I'm not going out to the truck. And the other one wasn't sure where his hat was.
Well, that's typical.
I took a screenshot of all of them in their hats. So I got 2. I got 2 of them, but not all of them.
That would have been cute. Well, 2 is still better than none because
true. That's that right.
You can create your intro with those people wearing.
I didn't even think of doing that, but I certainly could. Of them wearing the hats that I've sent them. Yeah. And also the anytime that they are wearing my hats, I'm going to take a screenshot, and put these up. These are people that I've sent these hats to.
Yeah, and Dale, she definitely looks good in her hat. That turquoise one was nice. That's how we found.
That's just a pretty color on Andale. That's her color. So fitting on her.
Yes. I don't know if I have my hat here. Yes, I do.
I'm
gonna put my hat on.
I hope Andale don't mind me saying this, but she's crafty.
There you go.
Too. Which color?
Andale, what you got to tell us about?
This is my color.
Is that yellow?
Yes, it is.
That is.
Tia's making yellow. Tia, you got yellow, don't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep, this is my favorite color. So I figured, hey, I'm gonna put my hat on.
I gotta finish her hat.
And Lydia, did you say that's magenta?
I've gotten on this thing.
I think this is. I feel like it's a fuchsia or magenta. Magenta is a little. No, it is magenta. If you want to think about the little character from Blue's Clues,
that's what I was thinking.
If you want to say it's her color, the color of the cartoon. Well, she was a little light, but she had dark spots.
Like
Ann said she does not mind.
Wicked, awesome.
I thought Ann was driving.
On Wicked,
she
awesome.
She's going to run some errands. Roberta says tatting is a very unique skill that we hardly ever hear about. You're right.
Yes.
I know they have like, are you referring to tattoos? I know they have those shows like the Miami Ink and stuff like that. Not always.
No, tatting is with, there's my black cat.
What is tatting?
Tatting.
Tell me more.
I don't remember exactly. I know there's macrame, which I don't do. My sister's, my oldest sister does.
I know what macrame is.
My oldest sister does counted.
I think I do.
I cannot do counted cross stitch where there's no pattern. I can do cross stitching, where it has pattern. But I have a sister that can do.
Let me see. Tia, let me see. Hold on.
Oh,
that's those lace things on that band. Now that that's skills right there.
I've seen some people do that, at craft shows.
Says it's a type of vintage lace work. If you enjoy crocheting, knitting, embroidery, and sewing, then there's a good chance that you will enjoy tatting.
Tatting. I wonder why they call it tatting.
I learned something new. It's so pretty.
I didn't know that. Well, what do? You could make one and put it underneath your table or underneath your china placemats.
Got that right. Hold that.
Now, I do remember my grandmother's house. She would have a few of those underneath her certain things. You know, as a centerpiece, the candy dish, or that old Christmas candy and them peach buds be in there. Mm-hmm.
Roberta says, tatting is a method of using thread and tools to create intricate knotwork. Yes, it's so pretty. Wow, it's so pretty. I need to finish what I have first.
Miss Roberta, do you tat? Do you do that as well? And if you do, how long do it take to do a project? What's that, about a 5x7?
Oh, here's a picture of it on around the hankies. That's what that's called.
Wow. Figured I'd wear my hat.
Yeah, your hat is perfect, and that band is perfect. So that band never folds down.
You can, if you make the hat too long, you can fold it up. But this one is to the size of my head. And okay, come on, Nick.
I think I have 12 rows.
Okay. Now
you got 12 rows here.
I will tomorrow.
You will tomorrow? How you gonna learn how to take off, girl?
I'm gonna watch the replay.
Oh, okay.
I done got distracted 6 days from Sunday.
You see where that isn't, it's kind of kinked down there. This may be a little bit harder, but you're gonna find that one where you've got that one that you started with.
What in the world?
Yeah, that is because you didn't.
I thought you did that.
So if you want to continue and just keep making the band, see what happened is that you dropped a stitch. That's what happened. So if you guys want me to just go ahead and finish mine, then I can show you how to take off, because what's going to happen with that is you're going to have a place on the back side that isn't going to be closed.
So I got to rip it.
Yeah. That's why it's so important. Yeah, and it's okay. You just unhook it and you unwind it. Because
I got another one. I got one here and one here.
That's why you got to make sure. That's why I said it's so important to put it to that hook where you're wrapping around to where you have just 2 rows.
All right. Well, I'm gonna listen.
Yeah. Well, let me get. I'm sure, because of me doing this, you guys are going to see how to do this. And with that, you're going to see how to loop that over and put that in there. Or you could just continue, you're going to have holes in it, but you can continue until you have enough hat, but having those holes, not so good. That's why it's so important to make sure that you loop it and you hook it on here so you're not dropping stitches. You're fine. Relax, Denver.
She told her cat. That's your dog cat.
Denver better relax. I know that.
He did. I'm going to mute my mic for just a little bit and call my brother.
Okay. That was cute.
So, no, I just know what it is. But Jane Doe has been tatting, so you can add her.
Yeah, that's what Jane Doe said. I've been tatting for many years. Wow.
You're gonna have to send me some pictures, Jane Doe, and email so I can share. I know you don't make content, and I'm okay with that. And if you don't ever want to come up or whatever, but if you send me some pictures of your work, I can make like a slideshow and share it.
Yes, I would love to see it.
Yeah, because we have a lot of people. Oh, I'm looking where's my face? We have a lot of people, and I'm taking a snack. I'm on a raw diet, so Oh, she need help being unmuted.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
I was hitting it and it wouldn't let me go off. I'm gonna step away. My brother went down to get the mail, and I'm gonna send my dogs out. So I will be back in just a moment.
Okay, we'll put you in the basement.
Yeah, put me in the basement for a little.
The green room.
Yeah, the green room.
Oh, now you tell me, Ann. Well, anyway.
So what we'll do is when she's ready to show how to close it, we'll just put her front and center.
And then we could go look at that. You right. Look at the replay.
We got the replay to watch.
I have to rip mine because I have.
You know what? I was thinking I mean, it's probably not recommended, but you could probably just sew that up. When you get done, just sew that up.
Don't stop. And then I'm going to be running into the same trouble I ran into with the other hat.
That part.
I got a hat, y'all. Y'all want to see it?
Yes.
I ain't never showed you, did I?
You never showed it to me. Well, you showed me when you took it down and you was working with it, and I never saw it after that. Roberta says that's what she does too. Lydia, my suggestion.
Yeah. It's like, hey.
That's what I'm gonna do if I need to.
My brother's back now.
Okay.
And now when I heard that whine, I knew he had to go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like you got to take care of my boys. And then I remembered I seen him walk out the door. I was like, oh, he ain't here. But yeah, I'm just going to get this done. And then you guys will be able to definitely watch.
Yeah, let us know when you're ready.
Yeah,
and we will put you up front and center.
Okay. I'm just going to make the rest of these and get these off. And oh, it's like my brother is such a sweet man. He really is.
So I'm back, and I went and got my hat.
Let me see.
I made on the loom.
This was your first hat. Look at that!
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
That is beautiful.
Well, y'all are so sweet. Look at y'all.
It's weird. It's weird. You have to go the other way. Oh, that's pretty.
It's loose. It's loose. It's falling apart. And I didn't know how to close it up. So it looked like it's closed. But really, it looked like this.
Oh, well, you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn how to do it.
So I just tied some of it up. That's about 12 rows right there.
It worked, don't it?
I'm tied up.
I'll show you.
I tied it up, so I was thinking I could wear it like this. But then I turned it inside out, and this is gonna be my garden hat. You know how you working and stuff, and you don't want stuff to get in your hair.
Yep.
So
yep.
It is thin. I actually like this hat.
I mean, it's 75 degrees where you are in February. You need something thin. That is cute.
That is so cute.
Good job. Oh, look at you. Get yourself styling. You need little earrings.
Oh, wow.
Dago says it's adorable. Great job.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm trying to make it into like a little town hat.
Roberta says, Lydia, you are so creative. I love the colors too.
Well, there you go.
Okay now. Whoop whoop.
But I got holes in it.
Hey.
That's why I don't want another. But this is a pretty color, right?
It's beautiful.
Very beautiful.
And if there's holes, you can't tell. I couldn't see any holes. And like I said, it's 75 degrees in February where you are. You don't need no thick hat.
Well, I don't know how to save it because if I take and do Oh, it's not coming apart no more, but it's.
I was gonna say, be careful.
Well, it ain't too late. Come on, be careful.
Lydia,
I told you I rigged it up. But
Lydia, look what Roberta said.
Let me see. Who that? Oh.
You got you a spiritual hat.
11.
Oh, spiritual.
Very holy.
11.
Wait a minute, spiritual. I thought I looked like one of the Smurfs myself, but I like.
She said it's holy.
It's holy.
Not holy.
I love it.
Ronald,
y'all with all these compliments, I know daggone way I can't do nothing but wear this in the garden. You know how those young kids be wearing their hats in California with it on the back, on the back of their head while they skating and stuff.
And them hats be stuck.
I don't know how to make mine stick. I'm about to have a hot flash right now. I'm trying to.
It's very, very cute.
Yeah, this thing wider than all outdoors.
But then you have room to tuck your hair up under it.
That part.
And I really liked it how you had the little swoop going on.
Yeah, I'll make it work now. I was gonna use it for because all I did was wrap all the string around. But yeah, that's the one I attempted. This one I'm gonna frog. I gotta get me some of that hot pink, that yarn. I don't want a frog. I hate frog.
I don't like frogging either.
And when I do it so angry.
I believe it. The way you be clicking that mouse.
Oh my goodness. So I made my grandson a hat and he couldn't get it on his head, Lord. And I frogged the hat so quick. I didn't even take a picture of it. I was so disgusted. I was just like, oh, so how do you frog this? Do I have to do it one at a time or I take it all the way off and then start frogging?
Just take it all the way off.
I remember when I first read the word frogging. I said, somebody told me I was frogging. I was like, I don't know what that means.
I don't even know what that means. I've never even heard that term.
You haven't?
No.
It means rip it.
Rip it.
Oh, rip it.
Oh, yeah, there we go. See, I'll turn a word upside down in a minute.
Well, you think of the age of me. I'm much older.
Oh, no, they said it's frogging and ripping.
We had to look it up.
We didn't know. People were saying it to me, and I'm like, what that word mean?
I think it probably surprises a lot of people when they find out I was born in California.
Okay, Callie.
Okay. The only reason we were in California and us last 4 siblings were born was because of our 4th sister. The doctors, when she was born at KU Medical Center in Kansas City, Kansas, basically said that she had cystic fibrosis. And they hadn't closed the door completely. And my mom heard them say, if that baby doesn't get a second summer, she's going to die.
Wow.
My mom told my dad, and it was at Thanksgiving time. That sister's still alive.
Oh,
and has not had a lung transplant.
Wow.
Has not. And my sister Marilyn is still here with us. So my parents packed up and left and moved to Southern California, where from 53, when my sister was born, to 56, there was no children born until my sister Judy, that just lost her husband this month. So in 56, she was born in Los Angeles. And then my brother Ronald, Roscoe, and I were all born in San Bernardino. And I was 2 years old when we left, so I remember nothing. Just what my siblings tell me, my parents told me. So I don't know anything about California. But I lived there until I was 2.
What part of California?
San Bernardino. That's where I was born.
San Bernardino.
So yeah, a lot of people are like, what?
Nope. I lived in California for a short period of time.
They say I sound like I'm from the Midwest area. It was because of my siblings. You know, because my sister Bernadette was born in Kansas City. My sister that died in September of last year and my brother Rick were born in Louisville, Kentucky. And then my sister Marilyn was born at KU Medical Center in Kansas City, Kansas. And then the last 4 were all born in California. But my mother was from this area. She was born in Jefferson City, the state capital. You know, so we talk like Midwesterns.
Yeah.
Even though I was born in Southern California.
I'm just reading the chat.
Yeah.
Still hanging.
I can't, on my phone, it's really small, so I can't even read it. But I'm going to rewatch this.
and laugh.
And laugh. And just.
Roberta, I'm the same way, though. There's a couple of things that I've done. It's like, I was going to get that away, but that was my first one. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears with it, to it. I just want to step back and look at it.
Yeah, and me doing this, you can go back and watch this.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And know how to take the hats off.
And says she was angry frogging. You are right. You seen her ripping it.
You got to realize I'm so much quicker at this because I've been doing this for years. You know, and I always go back the back way, so I make sure that I've gotten every single one. It's just little things like that. But you see how long that little hat is? You know, and it is absolutely beautiful. Let me bring that up there and show you. See, if there was another yarn in there, this would be a lot tighter. But yeah, this will.
Gotcha.
You know, but I made the decision because I didn't want to have to deal with 2 yarns. Wanted to be quick about this and learn how to get this thing done. And yeah, it's going really fast. And this one's a pretty loose hat, but it will fit a baby. But you guys will see how you take these off. A lot of people don't know, and I don't know if someone would show a good way of taking it off.
Lydia, I can't unmute you. Do you want to be unmuted?
Yeah, I do. I thought I was.
Okay, I was looking at your face.
I was reading the chat and everything. I was reading.
I thought you were trying to say something.
It's like everybody's going to go, oh my gosh, you know, I got to figure out a way that I can record this and get it over to mine so I can show people, hey, this is how you make these hats. You know, and teach them how I make the width of the blankets and using I have not a 36-inch ruler, but I have a 48-inch ruler that I use. Hey, Ronald.
Connor says, I'm still here. Thank you, Connor, for sticking with us so long.
Hey, you know, I'm getting close to getting my 20 rows for this little hat.
You're awesome.
You know, I love making these and giving them to people. You know, if someone wants to send me a gift card, that's fine. You know, it's about praising my Savior because he's the one that got me interested, you know, and my mom kind of always had to push me to do different things, you know, because most people think, oh, she's an introvert. No, I'm not. I can't talk around a whole lot of people, maybe 2 or 3 at the most. You know, I'm a little shy. There's my pretty Gigi. That's my medium-haired, beautiful cat.
Tia is shy too. think I blame.
It's all about getting out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, Tia is shy, and I'm not shy.
I'm very shy, but when I, like you said, comfort zone, when I get around people that I'm comfortable with, I can let loose.
You can let loose. I think because we're like-minded, it starts making it easier for her to have a lot to talk about, because she always getting me in trouble with buying stuff. But it's time for me to start buying things again. I haven't bought things like selfish things. Like I don't buy jewelry, I don't buy clothes and all of that. So, why not create this whole crafting room?
And I always tell people, some people are such givers that they don't take that time to take care of themselves. And you can deplete yourself. So you have to be able to invest that time, invest that effort in yourself. That way you can continue to give to others.
Yeah. You would think, as the kids left the nest and stuff like that, I would have started doing more for myself or something, but I didn't. I didn't start doing more for myself. And I will go out and buy if I got paid $300 check and I would have all my bills paid, of course, I would take Naya and just buy her a pair of tennis shoes for what?
Yep.
For nothing. I wouldn't even buy myself nothing I was interested in. Like right now, I really want to buy me some makeup. I keep telling myself, you better use that old makeup.
But makeup will expire.
Yeah,
makeup will expire. So if it's been a while, you need to get you some new makeup.
You can cause eye infections and stuff from old makeup. I don't wear makeup at all.
You're muted, Lydia. StreamYard's been doing some weird things. There's a couple of times I haven't touched it, and I see y'all not touching it, but it's doing stuff.
But my thing was on the mute. The phone, I put the house phone in here too, so if it rings.
Okay.
But yeah, I put on makeup a couple of weeks ago, and I had to take it off instantly. It was itching my face.
It will itch. It won't. It will cake and not cover the way it's supposed to. It will oxidize. So if you notice, you put your makeup. I wear makeup every day. I've had chicken pox 4 times, even in high school. So I have a lot of chicken pox scars. So
why don't one person get? I thought you only could get it one time.
I don't have a natural immunity. And the last time I was a junior in high school, and I remember I had my hair braided. It was so bad. So like even with little kids, I'm like, no. But it will oxidize. If I put makeup on and then, I look at myself a couple minutes later and I got like a reddish hue, it will do all type of things. You got to throw it out. Get you some makeup.
I'm going to throw it all out tomorrow. Or, no, tomorrow.
3 more rows. 3 more rows now.
Okay, I'm going to go into the chat.
I'm on my second row again.
Roberta says, I used to compare my art to others who'd been doing it for much longer than myself, but I learned that I need to appreciate the unique talent God gifted me with and embrace it. You are so right. All of us are unique. We all have our special talents, and you cannot compare yourself to somebody else. I love that artwork. Love it.
That is beautiful.
Miss Lydia is a painter too.
So that's my new project. I got to get it off the white. I got to get it on the board though.
Lydia, I in fact watched your. I don't know if I left a comment. I know I put a like up there. Was the one you did with that spaghetti?
Spaghetti squash today. Mr. sent that to me this morning.
I am like, that spaghetti squash. I love spaghetti squash, but I don't know how to make that white sauce. And you've now taught me how to make that white sauce. I was so happy because I was buying Alfredo sauce in the jars, but I would rather make my own.
Make it.
It tastes so much better when you make your own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you make your own, you will never
buy another jar.
Never buy it again. Because heavy whipping cream costs $1 and some cents.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the Parmesan cheese, which you can buy in the block. When you buy it in the block and cut it yourself, cheese is cheaper.
It goes so much further too.
And that's why I cut all my own cheese up. But that particular one, we actually had Alfredo 2 days in a row.
Okay, now.
Because of Naya, I wasn't gonna cook. And she was like, I'll fix it. And she made chicken Alfredo. And she made it. Go ahead.
Let me tell you what I did one night when I did make that spaghetti squash. Is I took cream of mushroom soup from Aldi's.
I know somebody who do that.
And made the sauce out of that instead of using mushroom soup as my Alfredo sauce.
So yes, I know somebody who made theirs with cream of chicken or cream of mushroom. So I'm pretty sure it works. I actually will try that next time. And all you got to do is add cheese to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then all you got to do is add Parmesan cheese and mozzarella cheese or
whatever you want.
Whatever you want. It's going to stick the same. But I had that crab meat left over. I actually have scallops too, but they're in the freezer. So I guess I'll find something to do with them when these raw days is over.
How did you cook your spaghetti squash?
In the microwave.
I have a Ninja oven. My big oven, something went wrong and it won't turn on. The oven won't, but the top will. I don't know what happened. I don't have the money to get someone over here to figure out what's wrong with the stove.
What type of oven?
It's gas, but it's not one that it has an electric start. So I can't get my oven to work. So I got a Ninja oven toaster. And having that oven toaster makes me, because being in a large family, you cook a lot. And I don't want to cook a lot because all it is my brother and me. So I don't want to make a whole bunch of food, and then have to put it in the freezer. And what if the refrigerator goes bad and all this other stuff?
That's what I do. I have to freeze it.
So what I ended up doing is I cut them the long way. And I put them in that, it's a convection oven.
Mm-hmm.
And I sit it on the in water in a pan and steam it that way.
So I used to try to, I beat it open with the mallet and a knife.
Yes.
Because I grow them too. So I grew them for the first time last year. I'll grow them every year for the rest of my life now. And because they hold any flavor you put on there. Any flavor you put with spaghetti squash, it will taste like that. So if you put pasta sauce on it, it's gonna taste like pasta. If you put Alfredo on it, it's gonna taste like Alfredo. If you make tuna casserole with it, it's gonna taste like tuna casserole. It's amazing how that works. I guess I can make fried rice with it if I wanted to. Use the packages and stuff that you normally would do fried rice with it, but just do it with the zucchini squash. I'm surprised they haven't made a pizza crust for that yet. Because I don't like cauliflower crust. It's not good to me. They need to make a spaghetti something crust.
One more row.
Okay.
I'll be taking off.
So what I was going to say about the spaghetti squash, if you have a microwave, you poke holes in it and you just nuke it in the microwave and it steams. So then when you get it out, it's softer and you cut it.
Oh, it's not as coarse as when I use the steaming in my oven then.
So it's soft once it comes out the microwave, and you could just let it stay there for as long. I did a short on it. I think I left it in the microwave for 15 minutes or so, and then I took it out, and it wasn't done. It wasn't all the way done. I cleaned it out. It was so big, I cut it up in four, and I had made four meal. I made four dishes, but each one made two servings. So every time I fixed it, I had some for the next day. So it worked perfect. But yeah. Connor,
I just went over and subscribed to your channel, and Miss Roberta and Jen go.
Tell me about Connor's channel. I'm gonna check and see what happened to my Loom hook. I ordered one.
So Ann said, let me see if I can find it again. I don't know what happened there. Said Connor says, I got Road Runner. I named Ronnie that hangs out around the house. I live out in the country. Wow.
I am done with the hat now.
Okay. You take it.
Push it all down. You push it all down. You're going to push it all the way down. Okay, let me get my camera sitting here.
Okay. Let's get set up.
I'm going to take her name off.
Okay.
I'm going to take it off the peg. You're going to take it off that last peg. Let me see if I can get this. Oh, there we go.
Thank you.
I got it.
No, we got it double time. We got it on the phone. We got it on the.
So you're gonna loop it.
Don't miss anything.
You're gonna loop it. You want this one that is your trailing, the one that's coming from your ball. You want it on your left side. Okay. So then you're gonna loop this. Make sure that you keep the one that is the ball side to your left. Then you're going to take that loop. You're going to put it over that peg. You're going to hook this. This is going to be a little bit weirder for me to try to do this, but you're going to hook that loop.
I can see
and put it over. You see how that's come over?
Correct.
Then you're going to pull this out, and it's going to loop like that. See how you got that now off there? You put this back on again.
Oh, wow.
And you hook it.
I didn't do nothing.
And you take it off and you go to the next peg.
I didn't do nothing like that.
Doing this until it's completely off.
I didn't do anything like that.
Well, that's how you. Now, there's how they used to teach me how to do this is you would cut off. You would cut off the yarn. You would figure out how much you need, and you would cut off that yarn, and you would take a needle and thread it through and take it off. You were wasting yarn at the end of that. Mm-hmm. There was this little piece of yarn that you were wasting. Doing it this way, where you've got it looped and you hook it over and you keep pulling that down, you're going to have a very short piece of yarn wasted, very small. So you just hook that over. You're making sure that the one that is the one that you have to pull, you want that to your left side. And you're just going to hook this. See how I'm doing that? Is I'm just hooking it to the next one and hooking it over. And you're just going to pull this, move your hands, and pull it back. See how that's coming?
It's tightening. It
just comes around. And then you're going to pull those together at the end.
That's amazing.
Wow. I would not have figured that out.
I didn't figure it out. And the videos did not show me this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it shows you a different way of doing it. I found that this way you were not wasting as much yarn.
This way is easier.
Yeah. So basically, I didn't
know that was multicolored yarn. I didn't know. I thought it was white.
No, it's not. It's multicolored. It has white, green, and blue in it.
It's teal. Oh, that's pretty.
It's very pretty.
This would be for a baby boy.
That'll be for a surprise, baby. Well, I guess it don't have no pink in it. So.
No, it doesn't. This would definitely be for a boy, a boy baby. But yeah, it is definitely It has white, like I said, white, green, and I'll show you this here.
They
that's the yarn.
They told me my little hook won't be here to March 2nd through the 7th.
Do they have to grow the tree first and then cut it down and do the hook with it?
It's metal. It ain't made out of wood. They must gotta go to the.
I will pay that. I will pay that extra cost just to go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby. Just make sure you make.
Walmart didn't have it.
No, they don't.
Hobby Lobby. I went there, but I didn't look for it. But it was $7 and some cent. But Lord, where is it coming from? They told me it was gonna be here the next day. Oh, it looked like it went up. Originally I thought I paid $7 and some cent. It's showing $8.04 now, which that's a weird number.
Connor, just to co-sign, if you are doing any type of low carb or keto diet or just trying to cut back on the pasta, that's like the spaghetti squash, you can use it for spaghetti. Like Lydia said, it's going to take whatever taste you make, so you can really substitute it, and it's really good.
And it's actually a squash. It's more, I guess. Would y'all think it's in a pumpkin family though?
I'm thinking about the seeds.
I would think a pumpkin is a squash also.
Yeah, I think it's a pumpkin is a squash.
I think we have one
in the house. She going to get it. All of a sudden, I looked and she was gone. I'm like, in the house? I done lost my hook. There it is. I got a surprise to mail Tia. Well, hopefully before she can look.
Here's one.
There we go.
This is a lot. Yes.
So usually, like what my mister does is he cuts it in half, lays it down, puts it in the oven to get all that nice and soft, and then he takes his fork and shreds it, and it comes out like little strings, noodles. But Lydia, you were saying you poke holes in yours. Do you cut it first? Poke holes in it?
I just stab it up.
You stab it up and put it in the microwave like a potato.
I seen it. I've seen that done at. I just thought about it. Indiana Backyard Garden. She did it.
You see, the hat is off now.
Okay, I see.
Okay.
What I do now is I put my finger in here, and I pull this up a little bit.
So that's the same loop you've been working with.
That was the loop that I was working with that put all of these around to make that top of that hat. So you got that loop. I usually do enough that you have a tie that you can tie this. So that is where I ended at about 2 loops. I have 2 fingers there. You see the length of that it's 2 fingers. So I want to lay that across there. Now I'm about to cut this with something. You're going to go, why are you doing that with this?
No, we're not.
It's a toenail clipper thing.
Oh, baby, I've used a toenail clipper.
I use this because it gives me, when I've had the heavier yarn, is I use that toenail clipper to clip those heavier yarns. My little scissors don't do so good.
Okay.
So I use these. And people are like, why are you using your toenail clippers? Well, my toenail clippers don't look like my hats.
Those don't look like no toenail clippers.
They're I'll show you these. They are very strong, and you're able to get through those heavier toenails. See how that toenail thing is?
My mom is a nail tech, and she uses those to get the cuticle because it's very precise and very fine. She feels she can get a cuticle better with that.
Yes.
That big old thing.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So now you're gonna go through here. I seen it.
I can't see.
There we go.
I can't see.
I'm gonna get here.
Thank you.
I'm gonna pull this back in through here and bring it to the back side. And then what you're going to do is you got this single and with this double. You're going to loop the double over the top of the single, and you're going to pull.
And that's it.
That's it. And
wow.
then I do this. I tie it again.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all should see my face. I
see you. Mystified.
Then I do this. This is how my hats never come apart. Do you see that loop there? I'm gonna cut it in half.
Move it over just a little bit.
Move it over some.
Thank you.
I just cut that one where the loop was in half. Then I'm gonna take this one on this side. I'm gonna tie it twice. I'm gonna tie this one and tie this one. Now everybody's gonna know my secrets of how my hats don't come apart. That longest one, I'm gonna bring over to this other one, and I'm gonna tie it twice.
Oh, she don't triple dog tied it.
Yeah. And then because of how this is shaped, I cut this. I leave a see that length. See that
right there.
See that length? Yeah, see that length? Is I just cut them all off. So there's a little bit of a length that's left there. Let me get back over here. See, there's a little bit of a length left there.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't bother the baby's head.
Wow.
So that's how you make these little hats. That's it.
All right, now pull your string up and hold it regular.
Okay, pull this up. Okay, here we go. And there's the hat. You see the top of it?
Yes. Yes.
Now, come up higher.
Go back over. There it is.
Hold it by the tip, like by where the pom-pom might be.
Right there.
Oh, that's nice. Look at those colors.
Yes, you can see the colors.
I think this could be for a girl, too.
I think it can. I think it definitely can be. It's soft enough.
I think I see a powder pink in there, too, a lavender. Because you got a good camera.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. He got an, what is this called?
It's
HD?
HD.
It's HD.
Oh, she got HD.
Yeah,
1080p.
It's a 1080p.
See how we look gray and you look bright because you got HD.
I got a Chromebook.
I got a little thing with some dots on it, putting spots on my face.
But yeah, that's how these hats are made.
Miss Rebekah, we really do thank you for taking the time to show us that. That came out beautiful.
1080p is right next door to 4K.
Yeah.
4K is the next one up. So this is right before it.
Well, I definitely
need that would fit a probably a newborn.
Jane says it looks awesome.
It looks pretty big for a newborn though.
Mm-hmm.
It still looks pretty big.
Yeah, well, some baby boys have big heads. But if you think
some baby girls got big heads.
Some baby girls have got big heads. Yes. But if you had a second yarn in this would be a little bit tighter.
Okay, gotcha.
But this is just a single. This is a single 4. So it's just a single 4. So it's gonna look looser.
So, Miss Rebekah, thank everybody for being here, and we're gonna end up closing it out. So go ahead and I'll know when to stop.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. I'm glad that I was able to show all of you how to make these hats.
That's a beautiful thing. God bless everyone. We appreciate you all for being here.
We do.
Thank you so much. We enjoyed ourselves. We don't know what we're gonna be doing next week, but it's gonna be something. Good night.
Good night.
Dear Lord, we thank you for our talents and gifts. Help us strive to use them wisely for the benefits of our special community. Guide us to fulfill your plan for each of us. Give us the grace to be humble, respectful, and tolerant this day and all days of our lives.